Well, by all accounts, early voting was a big success in the state, with a number of clerks reporting big numbers.
In some cases, early voting locations differed from traditional places where people usually cast ballots. So, Terry, that did lead to some confusion as to one campaign's presence at one of those locations.
Yes, it did in Midland County, where the wife of U.S. Senate candidate Mike Rogers was hosting what was described as a party at the polls. Now, the polling location was a public library, which apparently prohibits that type of activity on its property.
Almost 7,800 people utilize early voting. Our biggest day was yesterday. We had 1,300 people early vote.
And hours after those people voted, the equipment used for early voting was being taken down at the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library in Midland, the county's only early polling location. The Mike Rogers for U.S. Senate campaign put a table out in front of the library on Sunday. A Facebook post indicates this was a party at the polls event with Christy Rogers, the wife of U.S. Senate candidate Mike Rogers.
Did get a few complaints, a few messages asking, why they were being allowed to be here.
The campaign signs placed in the ground on the property had to go,
which is not allowed anywhere in Midland County for you to have a sign placed on polling location properties.
Midland County Clerk Ann Maneri says the state election board said as long as the table and people with the Rogers campaign were 100 feet from the library entrance, they were good to stay. But Maneri then was informed of the library's own policy on this issue.
After the fact, we did find out that the library actually prohibits that. There is a clause where they could have asked for permission and they may have been allowed, but they actually should not have been here.
A Rogers campaign spokesperson disagrees, saying the election law supersedes the public entity's policy. Maneri says if the library is used as an early voting location again, she will abide by the library's policy.
Here forward, we will know that people are not allowed to do that here on this property.
I could not reach the director of the library for comment. Now, Mike Rogers is facing off against Alyssa Slotkin in the U.S. Senate race.